Should we wrap up with a few Cenk tweets?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, once
Need to see
again,
them.
nothing too particular about them, except kind of feels like Glenn Greenwald wrote some of them. So, the first one, we want right wing and left wing to join Wolfpack to fight against corruption. This is one thing we all agree on. We can continue to fight about everything else and after, but let's end the reign of the establishment in Washington first. So, yeah, he's been on this thing for a while
Well,
too.
I don't know if that's actually what Glenwood is. I believe, I don't remember, but I don't remember specifically. But Wolfpack is about repealing Citizens United.
Oh, that part, yes, that part I'm not saying, but I'm saying, the left and right have some things in common and let's join together. That part is very Glenny,
Well,
if you ask me.
by the
But
way,
Glenn would say more than we all agree on one thing, like more than that.
sure. And I would say that, by the way, that is, you're right, very Glenny. And it shows, by the way, why this type of right and left coming together would never work, because everybody has a completely different idea of what left and right would,
Yeah.
coming together would mean. And by the way, right would always destroy the left. I mean, they will let you anyway.
Yeah, typically. Yeah. I know. It's like Jenk would hear Glenn say exactly this and be like, no, and then repeat it. Just go to the next one. Cable news is a protection racket for the Democratic establishment. I mean, I know that Jenk would say these things, but it's just so funny because Glenn is so on these points recently and even previously, let's say. And Jenk has like attacked him and can't find like one thing that is good about Glenn whatsoever. Yet, like tweet after tweet, making the same comments.
To be fair, though, I mean, Democratic and Republic.
Yeah.
Fox is cable, right?
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. No, I mean it's not 100%, but I mean it's just I wouldn't
Yeah,
like go over
no.
these tweets if he hadn't like attacked them. So like attempt to attack him viciously. I don't think they end up being vicious. The third one, actually, let me see. What did he say? No one in US mainstream media will care about this. They all know Manchin takes tons of corporate contributions and does whatever his donors tell him, and they think that's wonderful. They praise him all the time for raising so much money and for being moderate. And sorry, he had tweeted this in response to New Guardian. US Senators Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema have been condemned by anti-corruption watchdogs for accepting a flood money from Republican and corporate. Okay, here I'm not too sure what my angle was with this with this tweet, so I don't necessarily have a comment.
I'm really interested to know what is anti-corruption watchdogs referring to, because I think those are the real criminals here. I mean, everybody knows Manchin and Sinema are criminal, but those do they have any legal authority, or are they just there to say, "Ooh, you're a bad boy"?
It
Because if
seems
you're
like
just there, I would like to know, where do they get their fundings from, and wherever they get their fundings from, I'll have I like to sell them a bridge.
And the anti-corruption watchdogs or Joe
No,
Manchin and
whoever
Sam?
gives them money.
Yeah.
No, whoever gives anti-corruption watchdog money for going bad boy.
Hey, I guess it's better than nothing, maybe you can say. But yeah, the anti-corruption what are they? Wait, are anti-corruption watchdogs, is that like, are they part of Senate?
I have no idea. That's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
True. So you're saying it's,
Who are you? Who are
Yeah.
you to talk about? What is your like? I'm guessing it's some NGO probably.
Yeah.
That
Right.
is dedicated to watching corruption. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, that one slipped
Or
in there.
dogs.
So I don't have any background information or any anything
But
to follow up there.
yeah, I mean, he's right.
Yeah. No, this one I don't have anything to
I mean,
say.
it's not just no one in US mainstream media. It's just no one in US really cares. Or anywhere else.
Okay, let's move on to the last one. So this is a kind of old one. It's from last week. So the tweet below said, and there you go, Kyle Klinsky is officially done with Jimmy Dore, essentially called him a liar. So yeah, so now Kyle is quite friends with Vosh. Yeah, I didn't watch his video, but yeah, I think Kyle went on and said, Jimmy Dore.
Jesus,
Jimmy Dore is.
just read the
Have
or
you heard what he was saying, Kyle? I mean, he's saying, I don't like Jimmy Dore at all anymore. I think he's pretty much saying, and I'm glad that I'm not friends with him. I believe that's kind of the
I
sentiment.
don't think he said that,
No, he
but
didn't. Some.
I don't think he specifically said that. I remember he said, but yeah, I think it's desperate, some of the things he's doing, and yeah, it's hard to be friends with anyone. He was a bit more, I would say, moderate about it. That's it. I don't remember. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I don't watch too
Just
much,
2 or 3 weeks.
Cenk's tweet. I mean, I hate whenever someone says Kyle also just figured out there's no Santa Claus. Like, come on. Whenever he tries to be like, like this kind of funny, it kind of reminds me of his tweet about Israel Palestine, and he was like, they're fighting over gods. Like, it has the same sentiment, and this, just so like, okay, like first year of politics. Yeah, first year of politics in 2000s. I didn't know he was this dense. And they would take him years to figure out the obvious. Says the guy who was sitting next to him in a studio forever. And then now he says, oh, I didn't see him being a douche to other people. He was so nice to me, but apparently he was a douche to others. I mean, come on, the audacity on this guy. And then it says, I'm waiting for everyone who equated this low-life grifter Dore to us and equivocated about who was right to offer their apologies. Like, no, where did you get that part from? No.
What? What does that mean? Who equivocated about who was right to offer? I didn't understand. I don't understand that part.
I mean, I guess for some reason he wants people to say that you're right and Jimmy Dore is like a piece of shit, as if this whatever Kyle says like means that, as if like that's the final call. Okay, yep. Kyle now pointed out that he's a douchebag, so everybody should now know or apologize. I don't know. I think that's what he's.
I really don't understand the last part, but I think, to be honest, from what I recall from the video, he didn't really apologize. He actually mentioned a couple of times that on the politics he agrees with Jimmy Dore. I do think he was not. I don't agree with him. I think what the elephant in the room with Kyle is that him and Crystal did something really unprofessional, which is made appointment and then didn't tell somebody until hours after the appointment that for some reason, for whatever good reason, bad reason, they decided. And that has nothing to do with, even if Kyle agreed with Cenk 100%, this is a shitty thing to do. It's in my view, it's just put aside politics. This is just goddamn manners.
Yeah.
So that's whatever.
And his bullshit excuse. Yeah.
But yeah, I like what you said about I didn't think of that. For many years, Jimmy Dore was, and he was so dense. It so long. It took him years. And I believe they were it seemed friends for years. So yeah,
apparently
it took him like 6 months after Cenk. So I mean, if we agree with Cenk, which we don't, but this 6 months to Cenk was the make it or break it in terms of intelligence. So
no, I mean, a good thing that Cenk didn't become a politician, because from Cenk himself, I've heard him to say this. He'd be like, like Jimmy was so nice, take me out and buy steaks and stuff. Or I think that's Anna said that Jimmy would take Cenk out and buy steaks and stuff. So Jimmy Dore can buy Cenk's love. I can just imagine with a little bit more of money. Feed him 2 steaks and he'll be all good.
God damn it, Kyle Killings. I must say the worst part of all of this. Can you guess what's the worst part of all of this to me?
The Vosh part?
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Man, Kyle and Vosh weren't friends for a while. Then Vosh went on Crystal and Kyle and Crystal and Ball, and then everything seems to be okay after that. But yeah.
No, I don't care about their friendship. I just it's like the Lauren Bow. What was the name of the
no, come on. No. Are you comparing Bosch to Lauren Bobart? I mean, I think pushing it.
No, not really different audiences, but it's just and different same level of intelligence, I would say. But it's so annoying to see. Shit, I'm such a loser. These guys are about the same age, and fucking hell.
Listen, Sam, life
Well,
is a marathon, not a sprint. And you never want, I mean, this has been already too, but you don't also want to peak early in your life. Maybe you will never peak,
I
but also peaking. I'm not saying these people are
thank
peaking
you.
early, but I've seen some people peak very early, especially in like in things where you can do it until the rest of your life. I mean, sure, if it's
Yeah.
sports, you want to peak early. You can't peak when you're 50. But in these kind of areas where we're in, news, media, YouTube, podcast, university, everything, there's still time for you. There's
Sure, sure.
hope. So I
No,
wouldn't.
no, there's hope. There's hope. No, and you don't want to peak, at
Yeah,
any cost, right? You don't want to peak at cost of
that's true
selling
too.
your first child to the Moloch or something. It's just not worth
Yeah.
it. So yeah, definitely. No, it's just no. It's more about the fact that Jesus Christ, how did these people got a following? What is going on? Anyways,
I
but
mean,
yeah,
Vosh has some good acting too. And I mean, I'm guessing every now and then he makes some decent point. I mean, the whole acting, the way he talks very seriously and all that, you
Oh,
know.
the
Yeah.
you mean he does he's like the Elizabeth Holmes of the left. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, voice.
Yeah, except lying in his field of work is just,
Or Jordan Peterson. I don't know because do you feel Jordan Peterson's voice is for real or
I mean, that guy, I don't even, I barely listen to him. Like I've tried to a few times here and there, but so I can't even
if,
comment on that guy.
to be fair, I've listened to more of his parodies than him actually. So fair.
I mean, like, with him talk about elephants in the room, there are so many, right? Apparently, like, poor guy was like in a hospital for a year or two, and then he comes out with like a self-help and like mental book the day he's out of hospital. So I mean, so many questions to just ask that guy.
I, I mean, look, personal life has little to do with,
In his case, I don't know.
academic output, but I don't really know. I read one of his, I read something from him. Anyway,
But yeah,
but
and he also
Jesus, yeah,
seems,
but that was, he also seems sorry, but
and he gives like a lot of very like basic like advice. Jordan Peterson, as if he's giving like the craziest advice ever.
yeah, clean your room.
Yeah. Shit. Good thing someone with a PhD is telling me that. Okay, let me note that down.
Well, if it comes from your dad, it's not the
That's
same.
true. So yeah, maybe he's one of those guys. Well, but then he needs to shift his audience. Maybe like talk to 5-year-olds instead of
Well,
18-year-olds.